You can't hear? Can you hear me? I think. I'm so sorry, you guys. Oh, guys. Anyway, so yeah, there was no sound. All right. How is everybody doing? I feel like there are a lot of sentiments right now. First of all, like, what the okay, whatever. Like, first of all, like, Hollywood went absolutely batshit crazy. Like, what's wrong with people? Like, I'm so happy that somebody like picked up, like, how genius is it? All right, so I don't know how much you guys are informed about everything that's going on because I'm lagging. So here's what I know. I've seen Billie Eilish, for example, talking about how you can't crime on stolen land. And so the indigenous people of the land that the Billie Eilish house is at had actually now are actually now suing her so that they would get the land that was stolen from them. So the entirety of Hollywood is completely like went like off. Like it's like you can literally delete Hollywood now. Like, and from what I've heard, like a lot of people didn't even go to the awards, right? Because like of the cesspool that is. So yeah, first of all, good luck the indigenous people that deserve to get Billie Eilish residence. Use it for whatever reasons you want, whatever, really, like it's yours. And you cannot crime because it's a stolen land, which means, by the way, there is an opening now, as somebody here brought up, right? Since like there is P. Diddy and Epstein, you know, that their duopoly was kind of removed. So there is a business opening, and you literally cannot crime on stolen land. You can do whatever you want, according to Billie Eilish. So I have a great idea. Great idea. Take all those Hamas Palestine supporters and you know, like, put them in that house after it would return to the indigenous people. And you know, you don't do anything. All you have to do, right, is to invite the people they support to the house, right? And tell them, like, here's the like billboard, right? So we have gathered, kidnapped into like the house, all the famous celebrities, right? Because either you can commit no crime, right? So Billie Eilish and everybody, you know, like famous people. Can you imagine like how many people, like, you can have it in your bucket list, you cannot have it in bucket list. Once the opportunity is open, people will add it into the bucket list. And then you say, listen, you know, we just want you here for so little time, you know. It's like you said, there is no crime we can commit. All we are asking is that for you to stay, maybe tied, maybe not. And then we're going to invite the people you like so much and see how it goes. A true experience, touching grass. How about that? And not like smoking it for once, like touching grass, like touching like understanding what reality is like. How about that? You know, maybe, I don't, obvious, and all their friends from Epstein Island can also come. I don't know, for funsies. It's the same gangs, everybody, like, you know. Oh, yes. Yeah. So, like, okay, so no Hollywood. By the way, like, wasn't it Harvey Weinstein went on Cadence Owens and described how he sold everything to the Qataris and the Chinese and everything? And you can see the result of that. Okay, so that needs to go, obviously. The whole thing, the Hollywood thing. Oh my! And they're crying about the ice, crying while people are dying in Iran, in the tens of thousands. How many mentions did it get? I know Makufolo for specifically because I've known him as an asshole way before it was cool to be an asshole. So he's the OG, he is OG asshole. By the way, also like a person like Natalie Portman, born in Jerusalem. She was always a lefty, ugh, repulsive person, right? This Natalie Portman person. So embarrassing she was. She's technically an Israeli. I mean, I guess what his name? Epstein is also technically Jewish. I mean, and he worked with Ehud Barak. Ehud Barak, for those who don't know, the most ever loved prime minister in the history of Israel. So loved that he, I think, maybe had like the shortest service time as a prime minister, and then he was thrown out with people going and throwing eggs and rotten eggs and tomatoes at him. Oh, I remember it. I remember him playing the piano after he was thrown out of the prime minister position, being all dramatic. I think that while most of the people were secretly, like, maybe not physically, but they wanted to. Okay, most people wanted to. And that I didn't know much about politics at that time, but it was so obvious how despised that man was when he left his position, that even I, as a young child, I soaked up the energy. I soaked up the energy in the air, and I've actually had the weird. I don't know if it's an honor, but I did meet him in person when I was in high school, and I guess that that energy that's I soaked up really good into me. When after I remember the piano thing. I remember it all being like got a very I don't know why it has such a strong impression on me. I understood absolutely nothing except like this person like not good. I mean, and then I met him in person and I was like, and I don't know if it was because I genuinely wasn't impressed or because I already had that bias soaked into me. By the way, nobody told me anything, right? I just remember him playing the piano and me thinking that he's gross. Like as like I didn't understand anything. Honestly, nothing. I was like little. Talking about Ehud Barak, by the way. Was he a better pianist than a leader? I mean, he could play, so yeah. I mean, bro is completely crazy. Anyway, so we went with Epstein, and now here is like there are some disappointing things. Okay, so first of all, like a lot of Israelis, right? First is Epstein is already like Jewish, okay? So it's like whatever. We're like the anti-Semites are like dancing around the campfire right now, enjoying themselves anyway. So since they're enjoying themselves anyway, right? Wouldn't it would be nice? Wouldn't it would have been nice if we could like have something to like I don't know hang a wood Barak for? But I don't know. It from what I've seen, he literally was there just for like I mean it looks maybe jail. I don't know if he I think maybe he does deserve jail because he was trying to I don't know though. I'm not sure. Like I didn't go into it too much, but yeah, he was like trying to dethrone Netanyahu and bring a lot of non-Jews or semi-Jews from, I guess, East Europe to Israel in order to replace the local population with people who are more convenient to them, that would vote to them instead of Netanyahu. Epstein traded his Jew card for bits of the Kaaba. You know what's beautiful? I heard he used it to walk on it. I wonder, like, I think this guy just liked power trips, like he purchased those fragments of the Kaaba to to use them as like something to walk on. Like, to be honest, like, was Billy ever on the island? No, I think she's too young. I think she's too young for it. Yeah. So I don't like Israel at all, wrote Epstein to Deepak Chopra, by the way, in the files. Yeah. Well, I'm not surprised because he worked with Ehud Barak to bring down Israel, which honestly, like, to be expected. Ehud Barak is, I don't know, sociopath, psychopath, something there is not only like completely like perfect. So of course, when he was thrown out from the prime ministry position, like in the most, it was a, how long was he like a prime minister for? Like, I mean, Yair Lapid, bested him, I think, with with how pathetic he was. But at the time, I remember it was like, well, what did you expect, Israel? What did you expect? Of course, a person like that would bring Israel down after that, just for Israel humiliating him. It's like, that's the personality type. It's like he got humiliated, so now he's gonna bring the country down. It's like 1 + 1 = 2. What's the problem? So, all right. So I hear the theory is that Epstein is still alive in Israel. Wow, okay, so there is a theory that Epstein is still alive and in Israel. If he's still alive, he's probably with his friends in Saudi Arabia or one of those, or maybe Afghanistan. Like, yeah. The teeniest, most scrutinized country in the world seems like a great place to hide. Can you imagine? He wouldn't be able to walk anywhere down the street without getting recognized. Amazing. Okay. All right, you guys, let's see what people are. By the way, I also wanted to talk about Mamdani. So I gathered some videos to react to, and I'm gonna do that. And by the way, for those who don't know what I've been working on, I'm working on doing the Muslim Brotherhood, but remove the Muslim, doing the Jewish Brotherhood. Not the best name, I know. But the Muslim Brotherhood, like, they went into schools and different institutions and brainwashed people. Now we need to fix it. So that's what I'm working on behind the scenes, and I'm trying to make to get the entirety of the people in power to do something about it. Like, do the anti-brainwashing mechanism, which is was really hard to understand how it works. Yeah, I know. I had the same feeling, Nugan. Like, he walked over, like Epstein walking over the Kaaba. Yeah, I know. It was like, on one hand, on the other hand, it was like a very confusing moment for me. I was like, I get it. I think I don't think he did it from the motive. I don't think his motives were like that his heart was in the right place, because I think it was more of a power trip thing for him, right? More than it is like, I detest your ideology. I think the ideology was, his ideology and the Islamic ideology are kind of aligned. But you're right. Like, as a Jew, it's hard for me. Like, we usually judge actions more, like, and not motives. Like, thoughts are private. So, like, what motivated to do him was like, it's private. So it's like, yeah, I guess, yeah, a broken clock is right twice a day. You're right. The idea of sweater you can buy at any shop is proof that he is Muslim. Oh my God. Some saying Epstein is Mamdani's dad. I mean, his dad is already awful enough, right? Doesn't it? You know what it reminds me? Okay, so this is a good time to say like an historical joke, and I apologize, all right? So whether Mamdani's dead is the dead that we all know and love, or Epstein, these are two awful, terrible people. It says nothing good about Mamdani either way, so it doesn't matter really. So you know what it reminds me of? So think was it well, probably Alexander, one of them. So when anyway, the Russian Tsar, the descendant of the Katerina the Great. So people would sometimes like there were rumors like who was the father or like like who is he descended from? Is he from the actual supposed king, or was it like one of Yekaterina's lovers? And the way the king answered is like, what do you mean? Well, if I am if the father was who was the king on paper, then I'm legitimate. That is amazingly good. And if it was one of Yekaterina's lover, it means that you have a Tsar that actually has Russian blood, unlike all the other Tsars who only had German blood. So finally, you have one of you rolling over you. So it's also amazing. You said, like, whatever, it doesn't matter who my dad is, whether I'm legitimate or I'm Russian ruling over Russian. It's always a win. So that's the logic here. All right, let's see how is Mamdani doing in New York. I heard there are a lot of trash problems. I'm like, what did you like? You voted in trash, you got trash. I don't know what people expected, honestly. Mamdani, I'm your father. Amazing. All right. Okay, let's see what Mr. Trash achieved. I'm like watching random stuff. I don't even know what they're about to say. So let's together.
Executive Director of the Mayor's Office to Combat Anti-Semitism, and today I was replaced by Mayor Mamdani.
Tell me what happened today, and what was your response?
Yeah.
Oh, so he went to the Free Press to complain about getting fired. Well, I don't know. Like, what do you know about combating anti-Semitism?
Hi, I'm Moshe Davis. I am the Executive Director of the Mayor's Office to Combat Anti-Semitism, and today I was replaced by Mayor Mamdani.
Tell me what happened today, and
So who was he replaced with? Maybe the person he was replaced with knows more about combating anti-Semitism. Like, maybe the person he got replaced with is actually so capable of removing anti-Semitism because like he even knows what the source of it, where it comes from, who are the ones that infiltrated the system to make it a popular idea. Like maybe he has the power to take down anti-Semitism because it's probably his friends that do it.
what was your response?
Yeah, today I was reporting to work like I do every day since January 2nd, and I was looking to implement the policies and ideas that are important for Jewish New Yorkers. At some point, I get a text and then a tweet, and then I see an article that they have named a replacement for my position. Not something that I was given a heads up to, not something that was told to me in advance. But it looks like
can he sue them for like being replaced without a warning or something? Well, Muhammad replaced. Don't you think Muhammad would do a better job than this guy removing anti-Semitism? All he has to do, if he wanted to, is to call his friends and say, hey, friends, now that I'm combating anti-Semitism, can you stop for like 5 minutes so that I would get the best results ever seen on record? And then we can go back to it.
when I approached a team and they came, at some point they came to my desk and said, hey, let's talk. I said, yeah, let's hear. And they were sorry for the way it was done, but they said they're looking to go in a new direction.
What did you take that to mean?
Look, I'm a loud, proud Jewish person, walks with a kippah on my head, a proud Zionist.
I don't know. You like Mamdani, you could have kept him. Seriously, like, this sentence made me a little bit anti-Semitic right now. Just the way he said it.
Someone who is takes their Judaism to heart and it means a lot to me, my family, and that's my approach for fighting anti-Semitism, is that we have to be proud Jews. And I think that
That was very American.
the way that this administration maybe felt that was too much for them. Maybe that was too much. Maybe that was, they wanted to go.
Listen, like they're jihadists. Do you think that you can tolerate somebody who looks so joyful and gay, like happy?
And say, hey, look, we could hedge our bets. We could go look for someone who's going to say, hey, we could take in criticism of Israel. We can take in criticism of Jewish people. We could take and I'm going to tell you 100%. That's okay. Yes, you could give room for criticism. You could give room for politics, but to protect Jewish New Yorkers, you have to be careful what you're doing.
What do you mean? Here's the thing. Dude, okay. You need to understand the environment you were in, right? You need to understand that they don't like, they usually throw off the roof. I mean, I don't want to say anything. Like, I'm sure, like, you are not okay, but but I think before that, right? Probably the administration before that was of that type. I don't want to say anything, but that was the culture. Okay. Now that you have a jihadist culture, you need to learn the new culture. Of course, you couldn't get along. Okay. So here's how it works. They say, oh, you're criticizing Israel. You say, no problem, my friends. Please criticize Israel. You write the names down, and then you issue a fatwa, psak halacha. You rebuild the Jewish mafia in New York, and you show them. You show them exactly why one Jew can take 100 Arabs. Basic. You need to understand the culture, right? They're like, okay, bro, you don't speak the language. Speak the language. You say, criticizing Israel, please, loud and clear. Criticize. I want to hear you. You need to understand the culture. This is not the culture there now.
You have to be careful and say, hey, this is dangerous rhetoric. This is propaganda. This is activism. This is not about making sure.
Bro, why? Those are compliments. You're giving them compliments. I guess even as compliments, they're kind of like lame compliments. They need better compliments.
Or that our Jewish community safe.
Why do you think this happened? Why were you fired?
I think that I have led a great office, doing amazing work. Mm-hmm. I think that New Yorkers will attest to the work that.
Like, if he did such an amazing job, why was Mamdani elected, sir? Well, how long did he have the job for? Like, if it's such an amazing job, like, why did Mamdani get elected? Please explain. Please, can somebody explain to me? I mean, okay, fine. Like, maybe he did a great job, a good job. I don't know if, like, how would we know? How would we know?
I have done, and I can't talk to their intentions or what the direction that they are looking to go in. But if they are serious about protecting Jewish New Yorkers, like, there's agenda, there's ways to do so. There is policies to be put into place. There's agencies to be worked on. Mm-hmm. And I think that, as a proud Jewish New Yorker, it makes sense, to have someone like me in that position, who's someone who's able to work.
Bro, new culture. Now, I think, like, now I think the kind of person that might be able to, like I thought first I had in mind, like, Mossab Hassan Youssef, but no. Mossab Hassan Youssef talks stuff, but in reality is like a softie. You need something that is also like, who is a good person to take this position? Like, hardcore, Well, we can think about it.
With Jewish communities from all backgrounds and stripes, and also be able to work the government bureaucracy to make sure these things get implemented.
Are you concerned about Mayor Mamdani's seriousness about protecting Jewish New Yorkers?
In the last month, I have been working to.
First of all, like, what is this question? I think the question was supposed to be, are you concerned about how serious Mamdani is about attacking Jewish New Yorkers? What protection is she talking about?
Implement an agenda, working to, create the budgets to push forward policies that would be there to protect Jewish New Yorkers. Unfortunately, I haven't found much traction.
You're saying he's not feeling good? This guy? I mean, he got fired. You get money when you work, and you don't get money when you don't work. That sucks.
In these few weeks, but I'm always going to give them an opportunity to say, "Hey, look, they're going to point a director in."
Well, how long have they been?
Work the government bureaucracy to make sure these things get implemented.
Are you concerned about Mayor Mamdani's seriousness about protecting Jewish New Yorkers?
In the last month, I have been working to implement an agenda, working to, create the budgets to.
Wait, it's only been a month in office? So where is this culture coming from? I thought it was the culture of the previous administration that was like, maybe, I don't know, actually, I don't know. Like,
push forward policies that would be there to protect Jewish New Yorkers. Unfortunately, I haven't found much traction in these few weeks, but I'm always going to give them an opportunity to say, "Hey,
what did he
working
say?
to, create the budgets to push forward policies that would be there to protect Jewish New Yorkers." Unfortunately, I haven't found much traction.
Traction. There wasn't much traction. Yeah.
In these few weeks, but I'm always going to give them an opportunity to say, "Hey, look, they're going to point a director in, get to work, make sure that your rhetoric, it's saying that you're going to make sure that every."
I don't understand. Why do you need his permission? Like, why do you need his permission to get to work? Get to work now. Now, like, he took over New York as like a mayor. Like, have another mayor. Who said there needs to be just one mayor? One mayor for the camera and one mayor behind the scenes, the shadow mayor, right? Like, do something like this. I don't know.
Person in New York has a place they're happy to call home. Make sure you put it into place, because Jewish New Yorkers are on edge. Jewish New Yorkers are fearful of the insane rise of anti-Semitic incidents. We've just seen, in the past month, over 50% of all hate crimes are targeted at Jewish New Yorkers, and therefore they're on edge, and they want to see that this is actually implemented to make sure that they're safe. And it's not just about a slick video. It's not just about a nice tweet, but these are going to be operational forces that are going to have to be in place to combat this anti-Semitism. That's what the purpose of this office is. That's what they're mandate.
Well, I think the last sentence is said, like, was structured and like the words were right. But for some reason, I think that when he says like forces and combat, like I don't know if he has the same thing in mind that I do. Is it like, do you guys think that he's thinking what I'm thinking, or like is he just using English in a different way from what I would?
It is.
Your replacement is a liberal Zionist. What does that mean, and how do you think that could impact what happens to this office?
Zionism to me is not something that needs to be hedged. It needs to be, have a
liberal. What did you say? Like what? Liberals? What?
That's what their mandate is.
Your replacement is a liberal Zionist. What
is a liberal Zionist? I don't understand.
What does that mean, and how do you think that could impact what happens to this office?
Zionism to me is not something that needs to be hedged. It needs to be, have anything around it. You could be a proud Jewish person, you could be a proud Zionist, and the reason why you have these ideas is because, these are passed down for us from our ancestors for thousands of years, and it's what we believe.
I'm so sorry. I think I lost my ability to comprehend English. I think, I don't know, maybe it's brain damage. I don't know what's wrong with me, but like, I really don't, like, I have no idea what just happened. Like, he was replaced with a liberal Zionist, and he doesn't think that Zionists have to be hedged. Like, I didn't understand a word. What is he saying? I'm so confused.
Believe in, and I think that we should be careful that that's what Jewish New Yorkers want to see. They want to see someone who cares about their concerns, cares about that people are targeting, whether it's going to be in Israel, whether it's going to be in Australia, whether it's going to be in England. Like, people want to make sure that their Jewish brethren are safe. And if you can't, directly understand where this hatred is coming from, where this propaganda is coming from, where this activism is coming from, and how.
Like, why didn't he, like, why is nobody explaining to me? I don't, what is liberals, like, what, how is liberal Zionist different from this dude? I don't understand. He is rejecting adding liberal. He's saying just Zionism is Zionism without. I don't know. To me it sounds, I think liberal Zionism is maybe what you need, right? First of all, like, let's have a bit more liberty with what is Zionism, right? Why Israel, right? Let's be honest, New York is also Jewish territory. New York is also Jewish territory. Why just Israel? Israel is small. New York also Jewish territory. I under liberal Zionist means that he believes that New York should be Jewish, right? Like, I would, like, maybe. Like, I see the liberalism in that. It's like 100 liberal Zionist. New York, you can be liberal Zionist 100%. New York is loyalty to New York. New York Jewish territory. Kick out all the Islamists, the jihadists. You're like, proud Jew. What does it mean? What does it mean? Those Jews, they live in New York, right? It's like, what is, like, get New York. Get New York back. Make New York great again. No, make it Jewish again. So I don't understand what's the problem with liberal. And it's like, I get it. Liberal, Zionist. Why, like, there needs to be some liberalism here.
How it affects Jewish New Yorkers, it's gonna be a hard job. And I want to make sure that, everything you do is in line with, this is New York City. This is my message to them. This is New York City. This is what Jews care about. This is what needs to be taken care of.
Jewish city, liberal Zionism, needs to be Jewish. New York. Everybody knows it's not that New York is a mispronunciation of the real name New York. Right? It's like where the Jews and the Yorkers, like, they had some fun together. Actually, the Dutch were there too. I don't know where they disappeared, but no, the Dutch, the Jews, and the Yorks, the Brits, like, whatever, they had some fun. And you had New York. Like, what do you mean? I mean, there is some room for Italians, I guess, and stuff, like, and Irish, like, as like the working class, but like in general, like, I don't like. I mean, I don't know. I like, you are in New York, liberal Zionist is what you're supposed to be. Liberal? Well, like, why Zionism has to do with Zion? Be liberal about it. Zion can also be New York. Get New York. That's what I said. I get it 100%.
Sure you're implementing the right policies and not falling into dangerous propaganda and activism.
Yeah. Do you worry about what the impact of this could be?
I'm afraid that if you're giving too much leeway to propaganda and activism, Jewish New Yorkers are going to be targeted.
I would have been more impressed, if you give too much leeway with the propaganda, the Jews might, the Judah might come out of the Jews, And it's gonna be very sad for the rest of New York. I don't know, the Jews, but they go crazy. It's going to be very sad to see that. We don't want to. Okay, we want to be nice. We don't want to be angry. We don't want to like show that side of us. Like, we don't want to. But if it's going to continue like this, like what choice do the the liberal Zionists of New Yorkers have to do, you know? Like, what other options? Like, they're going to, like, you know, gonna get targeted. It's like, who knows what's gonna happen, you know? I mean, adding sunlight.
They're going to be unsafe. And I hope that doesn't happen in our city, and hope the policies and things are put into place. But that's something that scares me.
What is your message for Mayor Mamdani and your replacement too?
Fighting anti-Semitism is not a slick video, not just a nice tweet. It's about using government and our municipal powers to implement policies, agenda that protects Jewish New Yorkers. That's what has to be done. That's what needs to take place for the mayor's office to combat anti-Semitism. That's the mandate of the office, and that's what I hope to see.
I think, you know, liberal Zionist doesn't eat kosher. Well, that's regular Zionist, actually. I don't know. I mean, okay, let's see what Asman
Epstein on tape.
I just save random videos to react on, honestly. Okay, so thank you so much. By the way, you guys, please support this channel. Yes, I cannot do it without you. You deserve 180 times this, but I'm saving Shadow Mayor is the Brotherhood. Oh, you're saying the Shadow Mayor position is already taken by the Brotherhood. This is departure 5 of their... yeah, departure 11 is to use Palicos to demonize the Jews. YouTube is censoring. All right, so you're saying the shadow government did like that. You're like, I don't know, like, why do they need a shadow government if they have the actual government? I think the shadow government position now is open. I think the previous administration had the Muslim Brotherhood as the shadow government, but now the Muslim Brotherhood is the government. So we need like a new shadow government. I think the shadow government position is open. Yes. Click the like button, everybody. All right, let's see what Asman Gold has to say about Epstein.
Advising
Here
former
is with Barak, haha, Yichsush. Nobody likes him.
Israeli PM Barak to approach Palantir founder Peter Thiel.
He thought there was 2 cyber companies. Look out and...
Oh yeah, the Barak, listen, you know what he did? What he did is to try to bankrupt and to... actually, I think he succeeded. So he has had a cyber company, and then they made sure that other cyber companies in Israel wouldn't be able to work, so that this piece of shit wouldn't have a competition.
Even though I know Peter, I've never met Peter Thiel. And everybody says he sort of jumps around and acts sort of strange, like he's on drugs.
Smoking, yeah.
Yeah.
He looks under drugs.
However, he has a company called Palantir, Pallen Tier. Palantir is Peter Thiel's company. And look out.
What, you never seen Lord of the Rings?
Palantir, Palantier?
Yes.
How do I tell it? Thiell.
See, guys, it's not just me. Okay? This goes all the way to the top.
Thiel.
LLY.
No. Thiell.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is
So he thought that Peter would put you on the board.
Okay. So where's the interest?
And Andreessen's one of the biggest venture capital companies in the world.
Yes, and?
AN.
This seems fake. A16Z.
This is
that one
so
after
boring.
this.
I think.
How'd you get introduced?
It was Reid Hoffman in Silicon Valley introduced us in 2014, but it was basically, and I didn't check, didn't ask enough questions about it. But I think there were sort of a lot of things where it was fraudulent. I do think Epstein knew a lot about taxes, and there were.
Okay, this is very boring. What's the point?
I didn't give a shit.
Whatever.
Everybody-
They ended up screwing up the tech industry in Israel for the money grab that they had. I mean, like what are they so excited about? Like these guys are like, why would they care that they were screwing Israeli companies? Trying to put myself somewhere that doesn't hide anything, but I don't know if it's working. I mean, you don't need to see, like, you don't need to see their faces. They're ugly, like this Epstein and Ahudbach.
Insane in their own way, seems to have 5 children.
True.
Whether it's Arabs or Orthodox, they have 5 children. If you're regular Israeli, you have 1.5 children.
The Haredim are more productive than
What?
the Arabs.
What are you saying? A regular Israel? Oh my God! Oh, this is the part the Israelis cared about. That the replacement theology that they had. Okay, that's the interesting part. So you're saying Asman Gold is search. So let me change my title to Asman reacting to Asman Gold something. How should I name it? What would make it interesting? Huh? I'm actually, here's the super chat. Thank you, Chapester, for your tip here. Thank you. And the people. I mean, Asman Gold is a interesting person. He's like, I don't know. Actually, I don't think he's too interesting, but he's popular. Are they just making? Yeah, I think it's gonna be fake. But like this is the part that Israel got like all ups and like up and numbers about. Okay, maybe there is something interesting. Okay, this is the part where he screwed our tech companies. Fine, but all right. How should I say it? As I don't know. How do you write his name? Esmon Gold. Esmon Gold. Esmond Gold. And discovering I don't know. How should I call it? How did they name it? Epstein did what? Sorry. Right. It's too many words. Yeah, Epstein in the title. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's gonna suck. Okay. I mean, you switch topics a lot here. So what are you trying to make this about? Just like degeneracy in general, you know, all the degenerates. I'm just reacting to all the degeneracy. Hollywood cooked. A lot like Democrats cooked the whatever.
Poor Jeffrey
The British elites cooked. I mean, the entire Britain is cooked. They're so cooked. Like,
Epstein
just
fallout.
reacting, you know. I'm sitting here. I'm baffled. Like my mind is like going, my mind boggling. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm just like, ugh. Like, what happened to the good old times when you were, like, you know, when like those Hollywood people, they were like trained to not to like they were media trained to not say what their opinions are because they're not smart. And if they shut up, they might you don't know if they're smart or not smart. You don't know. They might be smart, they might be stupid, they might be anything. They're at least pretty. I mean, they're not even pretty anymore. They don't even choose pretty people to be in movies anymore. It's like, am I supposed to pretend that everybody's falling in love with this ugly guy? Why? I don't, he's ugly. Why am I supposed to pretend? Like, why? Like what? Like what? Like why? Like I went to the movies. There was one pretty lady and she was like 60 something. You know why she was pretty? She was old Hollywood. The 60-year-old old Hollywood was the prettiest person in the entire cast because, but now they're all ugly. Why? I don't want to watch a movie and see like people who are uglier than what sits next to me. No, I want to have like, you know, I want to get like things for like, you know, I want to be in like a world that is prettier, at least. If I have to look at them, like I can choose whether to look at the people around me or not if they're ugly, right? Or like limit the screen time of it. Oh, you are not very pretty. No, like, yes, you're not. You look at them from time to time. You don't have like a close up huge on the screen in front of you, where you don't like where you have to keep watching to not lose the plot. Like, what did I do wrong? Why? So yeah, Hollywood can go, right? They're not even pretty anymore. They're not shutting up and they're not pretty. All they had to do is to be pretty and to shut up and act. Acting, they can act sometimes still. But like pretty, no. Shutting up, no. Their opinions are awful. Like, why? Here, okay, so Michael, I've said that about Hollywood and you were called a sexy pig. Here is a solution to you, Mr. Michael. Here is a solution. The men are ugly too. It's across the board. Like I go and like, am I supposed to be that the dude in the screen is attractive? Like, are you joking? He's like an attractive prince? Like, you know, I have imagination. Okay, I have a lot of imagination. I can, you know, I can be immersed in a movie and be like, believe the like the magic and everything. It's like believable, you know. I can believe that horses can fly and like there are magical creatures. Like that's fine. But like I cannot pass that, like, you know, that hurdle of trying to pretend that somebody is that who is not attractive is attractive. It's like, I don't know, something is resisting. Like there is resistance inside of me, like flying, like magic, defying gravity, like throwing physics. Fine, okay. With like, no problem. I'm with you. But pretending this person is attractive. I mean, there is a limit for every, like, you know, there's a limit of how much things like can be outrageous before you say stop. Anyway, that's my mood. So so this is what this video is about. Now let's see what Esmond
DailyMail.com has exclusively learned that the ever-expanding probe into the billionaire is now threatening to derail the Israeli election for prime minister.
Oh, wow.
Chris Fargo has more now from our New York newsroom.
That's bad.
Chris.
Jesse, DailyMail.com has exclusively uncovered photos of one of Israeli leader Benjamin Netanyahu's main challengers, former Prime Minister Ehud Barak, covering his face as he entered the convicted pedophile's home. This was back in 2016, and on the same day, a group of young women were also seen arriving at Epstein's home.
What is this weird music?
Barak is already trying to distance himself from Epstein and their business partnerships. Writing on Facebook, as soon as the present charges related to Epstein became known, I instructed my lawyers to examine the options we have for expelling the company associated with Epstein from this partnership. Also, Jesse, Epstein accuser Courtney Wild held a press conference in Manhattan one day after asking a judge to keep Epstein behind bars. Here's what she had to say.
It's time for the government to do the right thing for me and all the other victims. If you are a victim of Jeffrey Epstein, then you know what I know. He will never stop sexually abusing children until he is in jail.
Wild says she was sexually abused by Epstein when she was 14 and still embraces. She's also an unnamed victim in the 2008 lawsuit against the Department of Justice after Epstein avoided similar charges.
All right, Chris Fargo in New York City. Thank you.
God damn. So he's covering his face walking into Jeffrey Epstein's fucking house. And then this is another one. I find this to be interesting. Palantir stands with Israel. What are the odds of that? Wow. It's crazy how all these things just line.
I don't think that Palantir didn't Palantir not work with Barak in the end? Like, did they? Did they like even work together? Like, just because they were approached or something, or they had a plan? Do you guys like? Can you tell me? Because like I know there was a cyber thing, but I don't remember it being Palantir. Is it was it? Can somebody just write in the comments because I don't feel like checking? I don't think it was them. Like, is it?
Up the same way, huh? Wow. It's just really like, I mean, what are the odds of that? You're crazy. Oh, what?
I mean, if they worked in with Ehud Barak, why would they they stand with Israel? Like this dude has a vendetta against Israel ever since he was thrown out of office.
No, we got another one. Even more of it. Okay, all right. Let me pull this one up. I'll see what it is. What's the future of Israel?
Of Israel. I mean, something will happen in Iran. Maybe we'll succeed. Maybe we won't. And that'll make it worse. But the demography seems terrible.
I love it. It's like maybe Iran would make like you know, it's like whatever. Maybe they're gonna nuke us, maybe not. But like I'm worried more about the demography, you know, because right now I'm like, you know, because like I guess like the full sentence would have been, you know, like right now I'm 50-50 about the demography. So I don't know if they're like it matters if Iran nukes the demography or not. I'm not certain about it.
Nobody sane seems to be procreating, and everybody insane in their own way seems to have 5 children.
True.
You know, whether it's Arabs.
All right. So, okay. So you're saying Palantir is helping expose the fraud and is working with Trump. So makes sense they were hated by Epstein's. Yeah, and I missed that part, but.
Orthodox. They have 5 children. If you're regular Israeli, you have 1.5 children. 2.
The Haredim are more productive than the Arabs.
So they're mad that the Goyim are having too many kids?
What? What did you say?
Israeli, you have 1.5 children. 2. The
The Haredim are more productive than the Arabs.
So they're mad that the Goyim are having too many kids?
How do they understand from Haredim having too many kids that the Goys have too many kids? The Goys have less kids than even Israeli are. Like the average Israeli Chiloni has more kids than, and it's made up like statistics. Like he made it those statistics up. Okay, it's not 1.5 children. You know who has 1.5 children? The Christians and the Druze. They have, I think, they have a low birth rates, but like the Jewish population, I think even the most secular has a 2 point something, like above the replacement rate number of kids. So that's made up statistics. So if he's worried about the goys, actually no, the goys are actually like the goys, they're not in here.
The Goyim are reproducing and
like this is what happens when you like please somebody cut it this part and like send it. Like I guess somebody would like correct him at some point, but sweetheart, no, it's not the Goyim. The Goyim don't reproduce that much. I mean, and Arabs, I'm sorry, Arabs are not the Goys. The Goys are the rest of the world. Like with Arabs are rarely called Goys. Like they are so special in our hearts that they're not like, you know, we have a different category for them.
We had exponential support function for productivity. It's something bizarre.
The wrong people are breeding. Yes.
I always, when I meet a friend with 3 children, tell him another 2 and you are deep into the social security trap. That's your job.
Oh my God.
You can sit idle. No, I don't. The future of Israel is waking up.
The future of Israel.
Putting a wedge on this drift along the slippery slope toward one state nation. First of all, because with one state nation, it will be even faster. Yeah, it will be binational.
So if it's a one-state nation, what happens to Palestine?
Then within a generation.
Sweetheart, don't worry about it. You shouldn't be worrying about it.
One of the.
In fact, I would say that every country in the world should be focusing about the Palestinians that are forming inside their own countries. Like you know, find a solution to Minnesota and places like that. And once you find a solution, call us and said, "Oh, we have a solution."
Abu Mazen kind of partners to leadership.
Someone says bye-bye.
He was the one who negotiated with us. All along the way.
Okay.
At a crucial point, some 5 years ago, when he negotiated with Tzipi Livni about far from the public eye.
Right.
Everyone knew. And she demanded that he will recognize
Israel as a Jewish state.
The Jewish state, as part of any document.
So they're trying to like enforce it.
What was this weird sound?
Lady, it's
What's this weird sound?
Cannot do it if you continue.
That's why they won't recognize Palestine?
Probably will turn into.
Bro, I mean, Asman, sweetheart, you don't like.
One state.
One
big state.
Man.
From the Jordan to the Mediterranean, every citizen will get.
Oh my God. I'm like, to me, I'm trying to understand like what Asman Gold gets from it, because I think he doesn't understand the conversation like at all. I mean, something about him confusing Haredi, which is the ultra-Orthodox Jewish population, with Goys. And then he didn't even like realize it to like correct himself. And then like how many people later will be like, oh, did Asman Goldie did they like, you know, would they bother checking if he understood what's going on? Like, because for them, like I guess for a lot of people, like he does politics all day, so he must understand like Obviously, Haredi means like goy. Yeah, 7 IQ. I don't know if it's a 7 IQ. Just like, I think he's like, I think he's looking for something interesting when there isn't much interesting here going on. And I get it. Like, I get this is why he has so many views, right? If you manage to find shiny stuff in a pile of trash and be like, oh my God, this is gold. So, you'll gather all the idiots around you looking at like a piece of plastic thinking it's gold. All the idiots will run to you to watch like what you found, right? That's how you get all the views. I'm actually getting inspired right now. It's like, and I understand that. Like, the more I think about it, the more I understand how it works, right? It's like, obviously, like the truth of it, that from an American perspective, the conversation they're having right now is like the most boring thing you can imagine, right? Because Plantir turned them down because they are going against Israel, and what they did with the cyber was like actually against Israel, to promote their own companies. Like, and then they're talking about like Jews given too much birth, but not the Jews that they like, you know.
Vote. And
so it's like from like from the oh my god, like there's nothing here. So of course you get all the views because you look at the plastic thinking it's gold, and then the people, oh my god, this is shiny. It's like all the crows, right? All the crows are like, oh my god, this must be valuable and we must take it.
The majority will decide what could be simple. So it's not
so what's their problem? Their problem is that that there aren't enough atheists, right? Non-Jews, non-Muslim, non-whatever. They want people without like the people that would vote for Ehud Barak are people who, I don't know, maybe communists, even not communists, like people who literally like are unaffiliated with anything, like nothing. So that, like, you know, he needs an opening to have a new cult, right? It's very hard. Like, I mean, you need to like if you convert people from one cult to another, but like the other cults are pretty strong, you know. It's like the Jewish cult, like you, whatever. And like it's uncomfortable, not like whatever. He wants to have a population that would vote for him, which is not Jewish, not Muslim. Like, I think Muslims would vote for him. Seriously, it's like Mr. Mamdani. Like, I see a lot of Muslims voting for this guy. I personally don't know, like, you know, like he's gonna vote. Like, I know, like some people like that would vote. You know, the people who have no, you know, it's like. That's what they're talking about it, right? So, and when it's like think from the from
one man
from the Jordan to the Mediterranean, every citizen will get a vote, and the majority will decide what could be simple. So it's not
I don't know what the Lithuanians are. And is it the Lithuanians that are planning to bring over so that there would be like somebody who would be neutral in their voting, or is it the Lithuanians like, I don't know. What like Lithuanians, like say they're Ashkenazim or is it talking about like the Lithuanians, like the which are like the ultra Orthodox, which are very strict with learning Torah.
From the river to the sea.
So maybe it's talking about like the Lithuanians. Maybe it's talking about the Litvaks, like the people who in the Haredi community. Yeah, I think maybe Litvaks. Yeah, maybe that's like, it's weird that it says Litvak. Oh, okay. Thank you. Said Mediterranean. Okay, that makes way more sense. And that they said Mediterranean. It's like weird if it said like that. Even you see here, it's like this guy doesn't even stop to see if he heard correctly. And it's like, yeah, something here is weird. Like what is Haredi? I've never heard of this word. Oh my God, guys. How to, I mean, if you don't know a word, stop for a second, see what it is. I don't know.
The need to stop
From the
this
river to the sea.
It's part, in a way, it's a collective blindness of our society. Kind of, the sight field is not full. You don't. Some people do not see everything. What's happening here, they don't see it. It's never. So that's what happens to our society right now. So that's number one, and that's.
Let me go back.
Really simple. So it's not a. There's a need to stop
from
this
the river to the sea.
It's part, in a way, it's a
you know what? Like this idiot, this person is like corrupt, misguided, and but like from the way he speaks, like he might not like the Israeli population that much, but maybe it sounds like he almost likes Israel, like Israel specifically. He wants Israel to be something. I don't know if it's like love or loyalty to, like, you know, if he wants to replace the population and things like that, if it means he actually loves Israel. I don't know. Is it like, what do you guys think? Like, is the country the people or like the concept? Because it's like, it almost sounds like he cares, but it's like his bro is crazy.
collective blindness of our society. Kind of,
right, like it sounds like he's worried about it going to like a bad place. So it's like, I mean, it's almost like he doesn't have a vendetta. He's just an idiot that has that, like a pathetic, awful idiot.
It's not full. You don't. Some people do not see everything. What's happening here, they don't see it.
Right. So he does not love Israel. Not yeah, I guess he doesn't. But maybe you know what? You know what I think? Maybe he's just too used to working with people who do love Israel, and he needs to get something out of them. So he has to use words in a way where people wouldn't, like, people would be like reacting like I did right now, which is like, I guess, like, I don't know. I mean, like, I want Israel to be in a better place. I just don't like the Israelis. You know, it's like a very interesting kind of a mindset. Like, right, so does he like Israel? Or?
Decide what could be simple. So it's not a. There's a need to stop
from
this
the river to the sea.
It's part, in a way, it's a collective blindness of our society. Kind of.
Yes. So they're saying Asmon Gold is based his learning Israel is the right side. I mean, it's just that the other side is trying so hard to show that they're the wrong side, you know? It's not like he understands. I don't think he understands the right side. I think he just thinks like, oh my God, like, you know what? Like, Israel is the most awful thing ever. But like, compared to the competition, like, actually, like, honestly, like, you know, like, there is bad and there is worse. I think this is just a guy that, like, a lot of people don't understand the concept of there is bad and there is worse. I think Asmongold has the ability to understand that there is bad and there is worse. Israel bad, but there is worse. I mean, that far. I think that, yeah.
The sight field is not full. You don't. Some people do not see everything. What's happening here, they don't see it. It's never. So that's what happens to our society right now. So that's number one. And that's why it's not a zero-sum game. We are not making them a favor. They're doing a favor to the Palestinians or to anyone. But even within the borders of smaller Israel, there is still an issue. And I think the Arabs are growing slowly. They were 40 years ago, they were 16%, now they are 20%. We should be able to make.
So they're talking about like demographic
provide
changes.
Equality. First, to the Druze, they are about 1%. They are totally Israelis in.
I love it. Like, they don't have equality now. Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Like, we need to like. I mean, what is you mean equality as in like he wants to remove the Jewish part of the Jewish state? So Jewish and Druze. right? But he wants to use the Jewish intrusions as a stepping stone to removing the Jewish part. My guess is.
Their behavior by security people might.
Man, numbers game always. I guess so. The Arabs in Israel, yeah, because the Arabs are about 20% of Israel. That's true.
By the way, the reason they're 20% is because there is a leakage, right? Like there is they sneak people in all the time. From like they keep bringing people, like there are Arabs all around us, so it's not that easy. You marry outside of the country, you bring another Arab home.
True, it's accurate. Oh my God.
The minister also repeated.
Okay, let's see. So
That
there is this
coming
thing
for the
with, I
prime
don't understand what people are going against Keir Starmer, but he had the most funny apology thing. I disagree. Israel bad. Israel is fighting the same subversion the rest of the world. Of course you disagree Israel is bad. I didn't ask for your opinion. I'm saying from Esmond Gold's perspective. Sir, he thinks Esmond Gold clearly thinks Israel is bad. First of all, like you can hear it. He listens to a conversation. He doesn't like, he thinks it's like, oh my God, the Israelis conspire against the Goys. Like, when it's like literally the other way around. It's like when I love it. I love it. Like, you know, it's like, I was like, so yeah, Israel is bad in his eyes. He doesn't understand, like, he literally didn't understand the conversation.
In the national interest to go in with bulldozers and drag the Prime Minister out of Downing Street. There's a lot to cover. There's a number of reactions and speeches by the opposition parties as well. But it's fascinating how Keir Starmer has managed to admit, confess, apologize, and yet still pretend that he's done nothing wrong. And
what did he do? Like, what is it? What's he apologizing for? I wish, like,
he didn't know anything. This is crazy. It's absolutely insane.
Oh, so like he knew about Epstein Island and he didn't say anything, right? I think this is what happened. I mean, Keir Starmer's apologies are like the best. He's such a loser.
Anyway, let's talk about what's happening. First, let's go to the apology by the Prime Minister a couple of hours ago. And then we're going to show you the opposition leader as well. Just pay attention. It's only a minute of the clip, but just pay attention to what he's saying. It's embarrassing.
I mean, I wish there was a bit more background information for those who were busy fighting other things, but, you know, fine. Let's watch.
I am sorry. Sorry for what was done to you. Sorry.
You know, I think it would like, you know, you would have got I'm listening to it, but he would have had my intention if he started with, I'm sorry for being gay, but like, you know, like gay in my personality, like not like, you know, it's like, I know I have a better word than the gay. Gay, like, because the gays, like, I don't like, not all gays are gays in my end, but like, I finally found the word I was looking for. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm impotent, and I have rectal dysfunction, something like that. I think that that would have made him like, okay, good, honest. Actually, fruity is not bad, but like, I think like,
Sorry that so many people with power failed you. Sorry for having believed Mandelson's
not all people of power failed. You did.
Lies and appointed him. And sorry that even now you're forced to watch this story unfold in public once again. But I also want to say this. In this country, we will not look away.
Oh.
We will not shrug our shoulders. And we will not allow the powerful to treat justice as optional. We will pursue the truth. We will uphold the integrity of public life.
Wait. Somebody did it. Thank you. So, British ambassador to America, I think. He was in Epstein Island? He was celebrating there? Amazing. Okay, let's continue.
And we will do everything within our power and in the interests of justice to ensure accountability is delivered.
What about Sadiq Khan? Wasn't Sadiq Khan, wasn't he like running the grooming gangs basically the way he was behaving? Lying to the, like, you know, pretending like he actually, can you imagine, like, okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what I remembered. Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London, he humiliated a reporter for asking about the grooming gangs. Well, he knew that he was hiding grooming gang cases in London. Wasn't he? Anyway. Why can't you get, like, why is it, like, you know, it's like, I don't know.
That is what the public expects. That is what the victims deserve. And it is what I will do.
It is so funny.
What about the victims in London? Because, like, I heard, like, there is somebody high up in London that, you know, isn't he your friend too? Like, what about him? Like, I mean, I don't know. It's like this. It's not like, okay. It's not like I don't think like this ambassador should be like judged or
now
like goes through the court of justice. I'm just very confused. Like, I mean, Sadiq Khan. I mean, didn't like he knew like about the growing gangs, right? Didn't he like wasn't he like covering those things up? I mean, where is his? Did he? By the way, like, did he like have an apology video? Sadiq Khan for hiding it, for hiding the groomers and pretending they don't exist? I'm just wondering.
Labour MPs are now calling for the resignation of the Prime Minister. Just the beginning of it, the apology. Watch this.
I am sorry. Sorry.
You can keep saying.
It's like, you know, it's such a, you know, when somebody apologizes to you like that, I am sorry. I'm sorry that you're a pathetic and ugly loser and that you expect anything from me because I'm perfect. You know?
That it doesn't really help Prime Minister. So, Christoph Hope from GB News also said that after the speech, the Prime Minister declined our request to take questions.
What speech?
In Parliament, yes.
Where's the speech part?
And that is precisely why when we were going.
Well, yeah, that's what I think. I also think he is the grooming gangs, right? At least, you know, just check him. Something is in your country. I don't know. It's like, I mean, that's in America. America is far away. I think so. Like, I don't know. Maybe is, maybe isn't. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't know. Something needs, like, I feel something there is weird. And it's like, is anyone checking? I'm just asking questions. I just remember him pretending it wasn't happening as he was told what was happening. Yeah, exactly. Like, isn't it weird? It's weird. It's weird. I mean, also he said, like, you know, when the terrorist attacks only started in the beginning, and when there were a little small bud of terrorist attacks that were happening in London. You know, Sadiq Khan was asked about it. Sadiq Khan said, you know, like, it's a part of every big city. Every big city, every big city that respects itself has a shit ton of terrorist attacks. And he, as the mayor, would make sure that London would finally become a respectable place with a lot of terrorist attacks, because, like, this is a big city. This is part of a big city. He came to the big city. He was like, oh my God, you call yourself a big city? Where are the stabbings? Where are the shootings? Where are the Allahu Akbars? Clearly, there is a problem in the city. I offer myself as a tribute. I'll help you be a city. Rivka, promise you are not in the Epstein files. As what, a victim? I mean, thank goodness. No. Didn't like, how old I was when he died? Like, it's like the only way I could be there is as a victim. No, like, thank goodness I'm not even in the deleted names. Okay, I mean, it's a different continent.
Going through the appointment process for the ambassador role, we asked questions about the nature and extent of that relationship.
Yeah.
And what I didn't say yesterday, partly inhibited by the approach of the police, is that that is precisely why those questions were asked. Questions about the nature and extent of the relationship, whether Mandelson had stayed, as was suggested, at Epstein's premises. Answers given to those questions were intentionally intended to create
I think I don't understand English
that
anymore.
Mandelson barely knew Epstein.
Like, I don't know, like, what is he mumbling? Like, am I like, why is English so hard suddenly? I mean, like, I felt fine. I felt like I could still speak. I could say, talk. You guys seem to understand me. And then this guy came up with this liberal Jew thing. And the moment this guy said liberal Jew, this is the moment where I'm like, there was like this rapid decline in my understanding and my comprehension abilities of everything that followed. Like, it was like a magic word. It's like liberal Zionist. Liberal Zionist. I said liberal Zionist, and from that point on, it's like I cannot do English anymore. It's like I lost English. I don't understand what's happening. Like, nothing, like, it's like the words are being spoken, but where's the meaning? Where is the meaning? Like it's almost like, you know what it's like? This, like, the people that have this weird condition where they can hear music notes, but they cannot hear music because, like, they cannot, like, gather the notes into a melody. They cannot process it. And that's how I feel about English. I feel like I can somewhat, like, when you, like, you put word by word, like, I know this word, I know the other word, I know the next word. Like, I understand those notes, right? But then there is no music. It's like no meaning. There's absolutely, like, nothing. I'm so weirded.
Deliberate.
Yeah, like, you're saying you don't comprehend sentences in which the word liberal occurs. Maybe it's like, I think maybe it's like a magic word. It's like a magic word that gets, like, it. You have a normal functioning brain, and then we have, like, a natural, like, malfunctioning, like, thing that was like a bug that was inserted in some people. When it's like, when you say certain words, it's like you get short circuits, and then the brain starts acting really weird. Just funny. Yeah, I know. Noam Chomsky was in the files. I know, that made me happy. This little shit, Noam Chomsky. I remember when I started reacting, I was like reacting to Noam Chomsky, and he's like the worst of the worst. He's like, I think I have somewhere that he actually, like, he's like is a type of a communist. There are a lot of different communists, by the way. It's like, it's weird to me that there are a lot of different types of communists. It's like saying that, like, there is shit that comes with different flavors. It's like, I'm a shit, but, like, I'm a shit that and a shit with, like, notes of marshmallow. But you're shit, and, like, I'm shit, but with notes of like, and it's like, I don't get the different types of communists. Like, shit is shit. I don't understand why you need to, like, add, like, it doesn't make sense. Like a shit, but with an aroma of like an added aroma. Like, it doesn't matter what an aroma you add to the shit, it's still shit. I don't know. It's like I just, it smells bad anyway. I don't get it. So confusing. So confusing.
To create that impression. I had no reason at that stage to think that was anything other than the truth, and therefore we proceeded. What I learned in September was that it was not the truth when further emails came to light, I think Bloomberg, and having asked some further questions, including questions about whether Mandelson received gifts and benefits and hospitality, the nature of the relationship.
You know what I just realized? I realized something amazing. Here's the thing. So Keir Starmer, I understand. I have a diagnosis, right? He just doesn't know how to ask questions properly. That's his problem. The questions that he asks are not good questions, obviously. He cannot question questions properly. Listen, this is the project I'm working on. I realized that there is a lack of questioning ability in the West in general, since like people started like getting indoctrinated. So their asking question skills like never got developed. Keir Starmer, please, would you advertise? You say, hi, my name is Keir Starmer. I was not allowed to ask questions, and therefore I got brain damage. My identity is fractured, and I couldn't even ask good enough questions to understand that I'm working with a bad person. And even though I had like something like already made me suspect that he likes hanging out with like a pedophile. Like I didn't know what to ask him to, like, is it true? Is it not true? I was like, hey, are you like, what are you doing with Epstein? Like, I didn't know how to ask it. It was very hard. I could not form the questioning, right? So please don't be like me. Like, I think learning how to ask questions is very important. Here is Rebecca, give her your money. And you're welcome. Yeah. Quran says not to ask questions you don't want the answer to. The Quran actually says not to ask questions at all. And it also like the questions are Satan. So basically, this is when I realized that Muslims that are real Muslims, right? You know, those who are like not as brain dead. This is why they're zombies, by the way. This is why they are reduced down to being animals that can only be eat, fuck, poop. Like all they can do is that, because when you don't ask questions, you don't have you don't have consciousness, right? You're like the AI, right? Or whatever, like you're a robot, like you're an animal, literally, like reduced down to an animal. There is no spirit in you. It's like the lowest form of existence. I don't know, like I kind of feel like dogs have more than that. So like they have some, like, you know, consciousness and consciousness. I like something basic, you know, something that doesn't, like, I don't know, a snake maybe. Like I think maybe lizards like a lizard, right? Whatever, like something that is awful. I don't know. I don't think there is an animal like that in existence. But yeah, they hate, of course they hate dogs. Dogs are like dogs kind of give you the feedback when you're a douchebag, right? So of course they're gonna hate dogs.
I sacked Mandelson from the role. Now, I regret making the decision to have appointed him in the first.
You're just lying again.
I known at the time what I know now, or knew in September, I'd have never done it.
You would have known if you asked them. You would have known, but you didn't ask. You said, this is why it's so important. My project is, of course. They're like, I get it. Like, so the Muslim Brotherhood had penetrated the education system, and they changed the education system from one that asks questions and introduces inquiry to one that, by the way, like it's not just them, like it's a combination of also screen time. Suddenly, like when people don't have time to be bored, they don't ask questions either. You ask questions, they're like, I'm bored, and then you look at like, why does this like water drop has this shape like that, right? Like why is it shaped so weird? And then maybe you're gonna discover something, right? But it's like, but that, and then on top of that, like, but instead you can just open TV and like, ugh, whatever. Okay, fine, that's one. Okay, but this is just one part. The other part is that when a miracle happens, a child asks question, right? The education system, inspired by the Muslim Brotherhood and the known Islamic techniques turn into parroting, memorizing, don't ask questions. And if you ask a question, you get punished. So not only that, so then when the miracle happens and you ask a question, you get punished for it. It's like you get electrocuted. So you stop asking, and then what happens if a brain doesn't ask questions? If a human brain doesn't ask questions, it's not human anymore, right? You know what? Like, what was like the thing was like that Adam and Eve, right? Like they ate from the tree of knowledge, the fruit of, and then they realized like, wait, we're naked. Like, right? They started asking themselves questions like, why are we naked? Wait, what is like? And then since like they was like, okay, now that you know that to ask questions, then you need to know that you have responsibility. And then God kicked them out of the garden, said, don't come back until you're responsible. That's what that's what happened basically. Right? It's like, fine. Now learn responsibility. If you asking questions means that you are people with free will and people who have a choice. Now go and learn to and be responsible. But then if you take it away, what are people reduced to? They're reduced to nothing. Dirt. I don't know. Something like nothing, literally nothing. Just nothing. Like it's like the reason that Adam and Eve, like before they ate, like the reason they weren't in so close to God had to keep watching them because like there's like these animals, like I don't know what those animals are gonna do. Like, if they're not supervised. So you have to confine them. You don't let them into the world, right? And you make sure like everybody else there like is basically smarter than the humans, right? So that they can save themselves from the human, like the animals there. There's like, what is this creature? Because when humans don't have questions in their brain, they're reduced to less than an animal. So the animal also had to protect themselves from the humans. So they had more brains anyway. So they had to be like confined into like, you cannot leave this corner because God knows what you're gonna do, you animals. I mean, you very good people. And I was like, okay, fine. And it's like okay, you got curiosity. You start asking questions. Now learn to take responsibility. Anyway. But then but like in the Islamic story, that wasn't the deal. The deal was like, be loyal and don't ever think. So they were reduced to nothing. So anyway, so when finally there is a miracle, right? And a kid asks a question, there is gonna be a representative of the Muslim Brotherhood that would make sure that he is punished for it.
And that's why today I've apologized for the fact that I appointed him in the first place and I believed his lies. Thank you very much, Chris.
Oh my God. Okay, but you knew, and I'm going to prove that you knew because we have the intelligence services. We're going to go to the former head of MI5 as well, because everybody's been exposing the truth anyway. If these guys don't want to tell the truth, then fine, they can try to do that. But the reality of the situation is, everybody at this point already knew about the extent of Peter Mandelson's relationship. But that's not even the biggest scandal. The biggest scandal is the fact that the Prime Minister and Downing Street are not addressing one big problem. It's not just about Epstein. It's not just about the sexual nature of whatever happened. It's also about the access to intel, inside information, leaking information. Those things need to be addressed. But again, if they're not focusing on that at this time, somebody in the mainstream media needs to bring that back up. Kemi Badenoch, the leader of the opposition, said it's official now. She's now calling for Starmer to also resign, and made it clear that she's ready to work with the Labour backbench MPs to bring forward a vote.
Listen, I think if anyone here had any doubt that Keir Starmer is a Muslim, like a real Muslim, the way the Quran describes a Muslim, because I know plenty of Muslims that are not Muslims. Right? It's like, it's nice. Like a lot of people said, la 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 la, just leave me alone, you fucker. And then like they didn't they didn't bother. I was like, whatever. Like, and then like their parents their grandparents didn't bother. It's like they dressed up as a Muslim, pretend to be Muslim, fine. This person is a real Muslim. Submission, not asking questions. This dude is like, if anyone had like this guy he is a person like the way the Quran describes the ideal man, that's Keir Starmer.
Of no confidence.
It is now up to Labour MPs to do the right thing. I know there are many of them who are horrified by what has happened. We saw that in the House of Commons just yesterday. They might now expect the Prime Minister to take responsibility, but we know he won't. He will have to be dragged out of number 10. So I am making them an offer. If they want the change, they know the country.
Who is she making an offer to? Because I think it's very important to not negotiate with terrorists. I think it is a bad habit that we had developed lately. And Kemi, you are great. I like you. So I'm very confused. Like, I need to, my English understanding went down, but like, it sounds like to me, like, did I misunderstand? Who is the target audience? Because she kind of sounds like she's trying to negotiate with terrorists here, and that is not a good way to get the support from me, lady.
They might now expect the Prime Minister to take responsibility, but we know he will.
Yes, of course he won't. He's a Muslim. He's a good Muslim. He's not gonna have responsibility. That's the Jewish conclusion. From like he read the Quranic version of the it says no responsibility, only loyalty and for the sake of Allah, right? It's like no responsibility there. So like, yes, he's a terrorist. Okay, so Kemi, I like you. Why are you negotiating with terrorists? I like you more than Farage. Farage is annoying every time. I don't know. It talks. It's when Farage talks. I don't know, something there stinks to me. But when Kemi talked, like, listen, like maybe it's me. But like, she's nice. I like her. Right? Not wrong. But why are you negotiating with terrorists? Why? Girl.
He will have to be dragged out of number 10. So.
Yes, this is where you stop. So, in conclusion, we have to drag him out. But for some reason, like, there was, like, it's confusing to me why she continued with more options. Like, it almost sounds like maybe I'm imagining. Are you negotiating with terrorists?
I am making them an offer. If they want the change they know the country needs, come and speak to my whips, and let's talk seriously about a vote of no confidence to force the moment. It is for Labour MPs to decide when he goes, because it is a question of when, not if he goes.
That's true. At the same.
That sounded like, I like it. That's true. But he's a terrorist. And has a lot of terrorist friends and network in the UK. So what are you doing? The police screwed, education system screwed, the people in the people in central London screwed, because just don't have much of a brain. I mean, I like the simple people, the ones that didn't go to school. Oh, that they didn't get indoctrinated. They have common sense. I like those. But like,
In time, Ed Davey, I know nobody takes him seriously. I get that. But it's important to mention that the opposition parties are now.
By the way, I saw this. Mahmoud, did you see my video? The Greatness of Islam. It's one of the first videos I've made where I have like a globe when I'm like Earth like that. And I explain like there are the kind of people who read the Quran. There are the Muslims, which are the idiots who don't understand the real true genius of the Quran, and then the Muhammadans who understand, and like they use it to as a guidebook to subjugate others. Yeah. You should watch it. Sorry. Like the Muslims are the idiots. Like they're the ones that are the victims, right? But like they're useless. They're just like zombies. Then you have the people who understand what they're doing. And I say like, it's like, you don't have to be Muslim like or Muhammadan. Like you can literally like remove all the you can remove all the like the specifics, right? Of like, okay, eating pork, those things don't matter. Like just like strip it down to like how to manipulate people and how to make them submit to you, and you got the amazing guidebook, really, like very useful. I think you need
Uniting for once. Ed Davey also called for the trigger of no confidence vote, saying the British people can't afford for this Labour soap opera to drag on for months. Let's have a confidence vote now to see whether Labour MPs have any confidence in the Prime Minister so that the government can move on one way or the other and focus on...
Actually, I have a lot of confidence in Keir Starmer. Like, I'm confident he would ruin England. Like, I have absolutely no doubt. Like, you guys, you don't understand how confident I am. Like, I have like full confidence that this man will do his designated job of screwing England completely, like, or Britain, it's like he is there to do what he needs to do. It might not be what the British people want, but the whatever, like that, there's like, but the people are retarded, so what does it matter? Like for the like this person, like for the how do I say it? Like the thing is like, right, is like he does what he's there to do. So I'm very confident. Very confident. I don't know.
Change our country needs. We need a government totally focused on ending the cost of living crisis, fixing the NHS and care, and getting our economy growing again.
It's like you can also write like just get rid of all the foreign agents, and I think it would just like, and then like remove all the remove all the Muslim Brotherhood in like influence of the out of the education system and the communist ones, and install like logic and the 10 Commandments, and then you're gonna like get all the rest of those things as well, right? It's like, it's like when you say like, oh, we need to like ending the cost of living crisis, fixing the NHS and care, like they like, you can literally say let's get rid of the Muslims, and then you're gonna get all of that. Isn't it easier? Like, isn't it easier? Why, like this is like, I'm reading that like, what, but what's the plan? How do you get there? Like, isn't it like, why? So usually like the way to get something is it takes way more like it's too much lines and it's too complicated for people to read and understand. So people just say what the end goal is and hope that people will trust them, that they can reach the end goal. But in this specific case, like the way to get it right, what you want is like, actually it's shorter to write the way there, and not like the it's like everything will be better once we do this, and like you don't need to like everything, and that's it. It's like, it's funny, it's like so rare that you have an opportunity to say what needs to be done, and that would be shorter and easy to understand, like more than like writing the end goal and hoping that people will trust you. I don't know.
time for Keir Starmer to stay put up or shut up. So this is a very technical thing, but it's very important to mention that the opposition parties are finally doing the right thing. Because it's very easy to say, well, the Prime Minister messed up and we are from different political parties, so what we're going to call is for the whole government to go, for the whole of the Labour Party in government in the House of Commons, and no confidence in government. That is not the smartest thing to do. That's something that people want. But right now, considering that the Labour Party still have majority, it's not the best way to get the Labour backbenchers on board. You need the Labour backbench MPs on your side. So instead of saying, vote or no...
Can you imagine, like, being in a Labour MP and, like, you are either dumb or evil? Like, can you not see that you are a Muslim Brotherhood party? Like, it's so hard for me to understand, like, something must be wrong with them. But what kind of wrong? Because there are a lot of
confidence in the government.
You know, there is like so many ways that
you say Labour MPs will help.
Are they retarded? Are they like are they new here? Did they just land from Mars? They were like, okay, let's join the party. I don't know, like were they forced into politics somehow? Maybe like they were like, you know what, I'm just here to eat popcorn, and I just flipped a coin, and like I got up. Like, I don't know, like what's the story? I mean, and every story I can think of is somebody that you wouldn't want to have influence on the country. Like, I cannot think of a story where you would. Okay, I'm tired.
We'll help.
I think that's it. This is where we're gonna end. Let's see if there is something on X that I saved actually. Every country and people has thought that they were God's chosen at one time or another. I don't think it's true, actually. Like, I think because it requires some prerequisites. First of all, like, if you need to, like, if you're God's chosen people, I mean, then does it work if you believe in multiple gods? Like, can you be the chosen of multiple? Like, do they need all the entire pantheon needs to agree that you are the chosen one? Like, I think it's like complex, and I don't see like, I just don't see a people who like that would sit down and say, okay, here's how the entire pantheon agreed that we are the chosen ones. Like, I don't see. So first of all, like, I guess there should be a lot of them, and then if one of the gods chose them, then that's not that impressive, right? So like, you have God for everything. So like, one God chose you, one God, like, so I don't know. I think it requires a lot of like prerequisites, like, to even be able to claim it. That's, you know, how many people like. And then you have those who didn't believe in God at all, right? It's like very confused. Yay, amazing. Can you write to me those things? Thank you. All right. Let's see. Okay, so Khaled, who is a sweetheart, is crying that Netanyahu said we must prevent the Egyptian military from becoming too strong. And then he says, it's too late, Prime Minister. Well, don't worry. It is not too late, because no army can run with no water. Oh, shit. I actually remember. Sorry. Anyway, nobody, there are ways. Okay, maybe it's not the prettiest ways, but, you know, whatever. Not my problem. Okay. There are people who are trying to cancel Konstantin Kesina, just random things. Why am I? You guys are laughing at something. Why? Right. Let's see if there's anything interesting. Wah. La. Okay. I don't know if I say anything. Why does Iran like? Why are the Ayatollah still there? Why are they still there? Why? How do you get? I don't know. Are you not on the Discord or Telegram or email somewhere? You sent me Facebook. I don't use Facebook. And I don't see those messages actually. I forget that Facebook exists. Also Instagram, it's like also annoying. But like maybe on Instagram. But then in Instagram, like it needs to be like concrete, because if somebody write hi, I'm not gonna answer. Like, you know. I'm on all, but you've tried X. You tried X? Really? Let me see. I don't see. Wait, it needs to, it says I need a passcode to look at it. Okay. Oh, so I think I didn't see it because they have like a passcode now. Maybe that's why I didn't see anything. Okay, whatever. Oh, there is interesting. Okay, maybe I should read those. Maybe I should have checked those, but I don't see you anyway. Whatever. Okay, fine. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Like, comment, subscribe. See ya.